See?
Alright, they're not seeing me either. You have to get back the camera. Alright, so if you click online, you'll see the assignment is there. I was trying to organize it so you'll see. Maybe I should be putting those things in that different. I'm going to share my screen shortly. Huh?
I said you had to turn the editing off. These things from stuff it. See what I did there. Oh.
All right, so my screen is not shared yet.
We're going to fill things in.
There's a reason why I had the editing on, because there's some stuff there that's revealed that I don't need there yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to hide them until next week, because I'm taking a different approach to the course that I took last.
Yes, you mentioned that you were going to just load stuff up as needed.
Right. All right. So those two things that I don't need now. But whatever is there. So the changing face of education and assessment, that was the reading coming into the class, right? And then the activity that you're working on is this one. Let me move this up. This was from this is for day 2 now. That was day 1 work. So for day 2, your assessment alignment worksheet. Were you able to access that?
Seconds.
Do you know? Not hearing her.
You're mute there, not talking to Mike.
Ophelia, were you able to access? Jessica?
Not yet. I'm still looking for it.
All right, just refresh your screen. It should be there. So you're gonna download the Word document. I think it has the labeling right underneath where it says day 1, week 1, day 2.
So third option.
Right, third option down, and then you're gonna click on that. That's the document you're going to fill in. And then you're gonna use the syllabus, which is there, the link. You're gonna also open the syllabus. If you wanna print, you can print. I'm gonna assign you the units now. So unit, the syllabus has 5 units, I think. Was it? Is it? Or 8? 8 units. So I'm going to assign the units to you guys shortly.
Yeah, 8 units. 8 sections.
All right, so let me ask Tanik to come in and do this. Assignment. Oh, no, she's coming. You can do one. Tanik. So there's one unit that we normally don't assign. Was it the last one? Is it the last unit that we normally don't assign? You can turn on but the AC now. You can turn it on back. So Tanik is going to do the assignment of the units. Is the last unit we still don't assign? Open it. Yeah. Sure what it is. There's one unit that we normally don't assign anybody to do because it's just too simple.
Too simple. That sounds like
We could even that time like a teacher.
The units are here. So there's fundamentals on hardware and software. So we don't assign that one. We assign everything else. And normally we don't assign 6 items. It's 6. That's the one I was thinking. 6. We're not assigning 6.
how many persons?
7 of them. Next one is not a class. So I would say just put his name in still. So we have Dana. So it's Dana, Thalia. Next one. Courtney. Jessica. Roslyn. Roslyn, are you back? Roslyn is back, right? Ophelia. All right, so she's gonna assign your units shortly.
Don't all look so concerned.
I know, right? Looks slightly depressed and stressed. Or is it Justine?
That's Jessica.
That's Jessica in the green? Yeah. Jessica, why do you look so forlorn?
Let me go back on this. No, that's not Jessica. That's Dana.
I was right the first time. Hey, Dana. She smiles and I'm smiling, yay!
Where's Rosalind? I'm not seeing her.
She's smiling. She's smiling. Forget the recording.
You probably need to have two drawers. One where you draw who went draw this. Yeah, you can draw a number, I can draw it.
You watched any of the recordings?
Because remember, they're not in the room. So you have to find a fair way of reading.
So,
So we're working with units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Alright, so here's how the draw is going to work. We're going to have two draws. First, you're going to have a draw for names, and then you're going to have a draw for units, right?
Okay.
So that's totally random. So she has the numbers here. She's going to have the numbers on a paper, and she's going to fold it and put it in a box. She's going to put the names on a paper and fold it and put it in a box. She's going to draw a name and a unit. Okay? Do you understand the task that you're doing? You understand the worksheet? It's clear, right? I need you to indicate, class.
Clear.
Everybody?
Check the chat.
Yes?
I'm not quite sure yet. Could you go over it one more time again, please?
All right. What we're doing now is a draw to make sure that you have a unit. So we have 7 units that we're going to be assigning. So randomly assigning a unit to you. The unit that you draw today, you're going to stick with for everything that you do in the class, okay? So if you draw word processing, everything that you do, that's what you're going to focus on, all right?
Okay.
Once you have your unit assigned, you're going to open the assessment alignment worksheet. And when you look in the syllabus, you'll see some objectives there. They are not necessarily specific enough sometimes. Let me just look at the objectives. I think they're all specific objectives there, yes. Right. So the general objectives are there, and then you have the specific objectives as well. So you're going to put the general objective in the first box, and then you put the specific objective in the second box. But note that you may have 2 general objectives. You will now have to fit the specific objectives under them. You understand? So you're going to alter that worksheet also. So let us say general objective for unit 1. Which unit nobody will get? It's unit 6, right? Let me go down to unit 6. Now 1, somebody will get 1. Unit 6. All right, so unit 6, nobody will get that unit, so I'll use it. So the general objective is on completion of this section, students should have hands-on experience in the use of word processing, presentation, and web page design packages in the development of. It's one we should have taken out, and leave this because this has web page design. It's 1. All right, we're removing 1. And we're leaving 6, right? All right, so let us say for 1, I know that based on recommendation, you're supposed to have 18 class or 18 lessons. on fundamentals of hardware and software. 4 labs supposed to be involved in the lesson, and 2 field experiences. Most teachers don't pay this thing in the mind, but believe me, it's supposed to happen, right? Yes, they're supposed to go out and go do things and come back. Remember, the approach is supposed to use to teach information technologies, problem solving, and project based and all of that. So total class 23. Let us say, and you can go down the line and see, and you'll see based on the recommendation from CSEC what should happen. Under the unit 6, you're supposed to have 5 classes, 15 labs, and 20 classes meaning theory class. Lab meaning practical, right? Field experience meaning they go out and actually do things and come back to class, right? Right? All right, so Tanik is gonna take over. They can hear you, you can just. All right, you need to put it in front of the, over here, Tanik, where everybody can see it, so they see what's happening. Come right here, so the students can see what you're doing.
She did the assessment, right? And looking, I was watching, I was not giving you any summative assessment.
All right, if you put it here, yeah, let me see. If you put them on top of my laptop, they will see what's happening here. Right? So you see, there are 2 groups of paper there. So you have to listen now. So she's going to take up one from the left first. She'll call the name, and then she'll take up one from the right. That's all. All right, one from the left.
This one from the right. Okay, so the first name is Thalia, and Thalia will do Unit 2.
Thalia has Unit 2, that's problem solving and program design.
Next person is Jessica, and Jessica will do Unit 3.
That's program implementation, Jessica.
Roslyn, and Roslyn gets lucky number 6.
Nice, Roslyn. Roslyn, I'm not hearing you.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm there.
Are you happy?
I didn't hear clearly what she said. I got.
Roslyn, you're doing Unit 6.
And that is?
That is word processing, presentation, and web page design.
Okay. So what do I have to do with that, Miss? I came in kind of late.
Do you see the syllabus? Are you able to link this, get the syllabus from the OER VLE?
Oh, no.
You have to go to the OER VLE now. The syllabus is there. You'll see which unit. Unit 6 is yours.
Do you want to share your screen and just
Okay.
write each of the sections?
I see.
It's not.
And then I have to break it up into diagnostic, formative, and summative.
You're not on?
So what do I have to do with unit 6?
Right, let me explain it into the
Let's finish to John and we'll explain that. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Ophelia, are you hearing me? Just nod.
I am hearing you, but I'm still lost.
No, we're just doing the draw for you guys to be assigned with the units that you will get to cover for the semester. So Ophelia, you're Unit 5.
And what is Unit 5?
All right. Hold on, Ophelia. Just write down.
Just take notes.
Just write down 5 for now. Okay. I'll explain.
Okay. All right.
Huh?
Okay.
Unit 8.
Ladies really have a question.
What name did you call, Tanik?
What did you say?
What name did you call?
I said Dana, Unit 8.
Okay, thanks.
Courtney.
The only male in the room, and it's the last thing I
Courtney. Unit 7.
Dang it. Oh, good.
And Dexton, last but not least, 4.
Not here, you can tell him.
So now you can explain.
Okay, so I'll explain what's happening here. So you have been assigned units from the CSEC Information Technology syllabus. That syllabus has 8 units. I've assigned 7 to the class. So each of you have a unit that you're responsible for. So for every activity that you will do in this class, you will be doing it in accordance with that unit. All your assignments will be based on that unit. Okay? Is that clearer? Ophelia, you didn't understand. Is that clearer? Ophelia?
Yes, it is. I'm just looking for the week to see what exactly is there.
Right. I'm trying to show the screen now.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Okay, so you're seeing on screen the units. So, who got unit? Unit 1 has, this is not assigned.
Nobody.
All right. Unit 2 is failure.
LIA. No ID for the L. But close.
Unit 3 is who?
Jessica.
Jessica.
It's all right, guys. I wrote them down.
Unit 4 is
Dexton.
Dexton. Unit 5 is
Ophelia.
Let's take a look at the work.
and unit 6 is
Roslyn.
Roslyn. And unit 7 belongs to Dana then, no?
No, Courtney.
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 And then Dana is 8?
8.
I'm 8.
Okay.
I learned to write things down. See, it's done.
Okay, so the task that you're about to do in class is going to be based on the content and the specific objectives in the unit. So it means that I am teaching from unit 1, all right? So let us say, so fundamentals of hardware and software. So if I scroll down to that unit, at the beginning of the unit, it gives me a general objective. It gives me my general objectives. Those I will not change. So what I'm going to do is right away, I'm going to copy out my first one, copy. I'm going to go to my document. All these things open. And I'm gonna put it in the first column of the So on the word say it should be objective as listed. It should be the general objective as listed on the CSEC syllabus, right? So just correct that to say list the general objective as it appears on the CSEC syllabus. So if I'll share this screen shortly. I just want to do it first. All right, so what I will have to do next is for my next specific objective. Let me share this screen. Can you share multiple screens? I'm going to stop sharing the syllabus now, and I'm going to share another screen. Share my Word document. This one. So you notice now I have my general objective right here. It means that all related specific objectives will also go there. So let us say the first specific, describe a general purpose computer system. That would fall under general objective 1, right? So I would put it there.
Specific.
As my specific objective, right here. So I know that at the end of the lesson, I want students to be able to describe a general purpose computer, right? For them to be able to describe a general purpose computer, what would they need to know before? What would I want to check before? What knowledge would they need to bring into the class, and how would I check that?
The parts of the computer?
No, they describe a general purpose computer system.
Oh, the...
What would they need to know before? What would they help them to?
They need to know what is the hardware and the software.
They need to know what?
The hardware from the software, which parts would entail the hardware, which parts would entail the software.
No, not yet, because all they're doing is describing a general purpose computer. They don't need to know this, This is what you're teaching. This is not what they need to know. You're going to teach this. Out of the lesson, this is what they'll learn. What would they want? What would you want them to know coming into a lesson like this?
What is a computer used for?
Right, something like that. You have to decide now how you're going to find out if they know what is a computer to start with, right? So you would come up with a diagnostic task that fits that outcome. All right? Remember, you can repeat the task. It could be a test, and you decide you're going to write a multiple choice question that asks them this, or you're going to ask them to go and find a computer and ask somebody to tell them where it works. Whatever you come up with, that's the diagnostic, right? Or you may decide, I'm going to ask them if they've ever seen a computer, right? Questioning. And so that's what you're doing. And then you decide for formative assessment, when you're teaching now, how will you know when that they actually learned what they actually are able to describe a general purpose computer? Formative assessment is what you're going to use to determine if they actually learned what you want them to learn. Yeah? And then the summative assessment is to say what they have learned. Right? So you may, and so if you look below the assignment, you'll see a number of support materials. There's something that gives you ideas for summative assessment. There's a reading there that gives you ideas for formative assessment. And there's a reading that gives you ideas, a slide share that gives you ideas for diagnostic assessment. This is an independent task. You are to use the worksheet and you are to do your planning, your assessment scheme. That's what you're developing, yeah, using the worksheet. So this is independent work, you work individually. It does not stop you from working, using the chat to communicate and to help each other. But you are to each produce your own worksheet based on the unit that you're working with. Any questions for me? This is for a classwork piece. We have, I'm giving you an hour actually.
We're doing it now?
Yes. Remember I said to you that the Tuesday would have been the only talkie class, that this is really a working class. You're gonna be actually developing things in this class. So this is your first piece, your worksheet is what you're working on. And this is directly linked to your assignment, by the way. Let me just see. Yes. You realize that, right?
So, Miss, do we have to submit that after an hour? Or?
When you're after an hour, you need to upload it, yes.
Okay then. All right.
All right. So it's independent work, but you can talk to each other using the chat. Okay. And I will be here. I'm gonna step outside, but I will be back and forth. If you need me and I'm not in the room, just speak, because Tanique will hear and she'll find me. All right. So I'm not going far. I'm gonna do what you did in the break.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy. Is this a formative exercise?
It is a formative exercise.
You're gonna stop.
I see that you're learning. It is a formative exercise. Notice there's no grade assigned to it.
That's exactly why
I heard someone else
got the pressure on the arm.
You're learning. That's good. Who spoke just now? Was it Dana or Jessica? You spoke? No.
I was just saying the screen. Could you stop sharing so I could get back, or is there a way for me to get back to my screen?
Yeah, man. Let me stop sharing. Thank you.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Okay, so we understand summative assessment because I'm a little.
Which types would be the summative assessments?
I wish I knew.
Well, I guess you have to Google.
That you would grade like tests and exams?
Yeah.
We'll have to Google and share what we get.
Yeah. I think the idea is, well, you get that some of it is just straight cut and paste, right? Or copy and paste. But I think the idea is based on the content, how do you determine that they've gotten that? And then to figure out which ones you're going to do a test from, which ones you don't have to do a test from. So I guess you don't need a test for everything. So that means you're not going to need a summative for everything.
Right.
Okay.
Or all the summative items could be part of one
big test, right?
You understand?
Got it. A little better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does this then mean that we are expected to copy, paste, type, read to support simultaneously? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. It's going to be a real quiet up in here in a bit. Good luck, guys. Good luck. I really don't like this italic sometimes. Courtney, make sure you ask out more any questions that you have, considering that all the rest of us are in a classroom.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Here, guys, so if Courtney starts asking questions, it's because we're all in a classroom and he's not in a classroom right now. In here. So, 1, 2, 6, 7. I'm just doing lots of copying and pasting right now. How about you guys? Yeah? No? Don't know? Focusing? So you guys stop talking? No? Okay. Who is that laughing? Is that Rosalind? So quiet, I can't even quiet. I have a lot of nervous energy.
Did I lose my connection or something?
Hmm? Oh my.
Guys, do we have to give examples of the test or just say what type of test?
I would assume say what you could test and somewhere in the middle just pepper it in with an example, end of year, blah, 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 yada, yada. I don't think examples could hurt, but they shouldn't, I don't think they should restrict anybody reading it to think that that's the only thing that they could do.
Okay then, thanks Celia.
No problem. So happy I got to talk, I was dying. Yay! And T says always give examples. Woohoo! I'm crazy, but it's the only crazy I know how to be. No, I have 60. Yeah, 16. So, of course, if you think about it, you would have pasted them in once, you could paste a bunch of stuff in one side and just copy and drag. You can remember it's a table of what you do. So if you copy with 2 sections at a time, and see if it makes it easier for you to extract this. I like to say that 2 screws. So what you're using is this. But normally, yeah, like this. Thank you. So easy. You can find those things easier from you. So like if you know that input files is the last one, you just select that and run it. Anybody finish all of anything? Half of anything? 1 hour's time is up to what? 6:30? 6:15?
Talia, are you done?
No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. I just want to know 1 hour's time takes us up to where?
8 o'clock.
Up to
7
what?
for you.
Oh, 8 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock our time.
Yes.
So that will be the end of this class.
Alright, then just so that I know what the heck is going on.
Talia,
Mm-hmm.
do we have to do that for all the objectives or just a few?
Oh no, all of them. You're filling up the table.
Okay then.
Isn't life grand? Yes. Yeah. There are different numbers, but there are different intensities as well. That content is supposed to have because if whatever your step is, let's say your specific content is alright. To explain the purpose of a spreadsheet. You know that in that explanation, they need to be able to understand that. So that content is going to help you figure out what diagnostic to do for the after. What formative assessment to do or summative assessment to do. If this is what you want them to do, that's content you need to cover. What assessment you want them to make sure. Yeah, that's what I think. So how many sessions are going to explain and how many sessions are going to be. So, no, I'm saying if you know that it makes sense, it makes it easy for you to plan. 10 times.
How are you progressing? Slowly but surely.
Back and forth screen.
Alright. But you can print. You can go to the lab and print. Is it too cold? I think it is.
Because it's been hot all day. I'm good because it's been hot all day.
Yes, each of the specific objectives of the three things.
It could be the same thing that you're using for to cover. You could use one task, one diagnostic task, or one formative task to cover several. Yeah. But you must say how you're meeting, or you're gonna meet it. What kind of assessment you use. Because for each objective that you have, you must find a way of assessing whether or not students are learning or achieving them, right? In the short term and in the long term. Any questions from St. Lucia or Dominica? Because I'm getting questions from the Mona students. I'm not hearing you at all.
Well, Miss, the only thing I have to say is that I don't think I'll finish that in 1 hour.
I don't expect you to. I expect you to start.
Okay, thanks.
As I said, it is a part of your assignment. I just want you to start it. I'm giving you a kickstart because of the shortened semester. That's not the norm. Normally you'd have to be doing this on your own.
Okay then.
Thanks.
And we will load this up at 7, yes?
No, you have 10 more minutes.
Okay then. Y'all steer me wrong, you know? I did us.
Okay, someone left the someone have their hand up or something? Yeah. Not hearing. Okay, did I lose my class? No. We have 3 minutes before the task ends. So I'm asking you to just put the finishing touches on now, wherever you are, stop. And we're gonna begin to. time, long gone. Okay, so can I ask you to share your screens and let me just see how far you've gotten? Who's going first?
I will. I didn't get very far, but I'll
Okay.
share mine.
All right.
I'm not familiar with this syllabus, so I just tried.
You have the word process in the wrong place, by the way. You put it under the
The?
Why do
What
you
did
have
I?
diagnostic there?
Where?
Just structure of the table is wrong. Put the word
Okay,
process.
I tried to follow the pattern that you gave us.
Yeah, but your specific objective should be coming higher up. But that's all right.
Okay, all right.
And you miss it, yeah. So put the word processing stuff in the next line, that is.
On the next line.
Row, next row.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
As in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's showing out everything. Didn't you just download the file and use it as I gave it to you?
No, well, I didn't see it. I only saw it a while ago when I was going through all of the.
So that's why your thing is looking like that. All right.
Okay, okay. Well, it's a formative exercise.
So what you will have is, for all those objectives that fall under the word processing, these are all the specific objectives?
No, that's not all. It's a long list. As a matter of fact, it's broken up into 3 sections: word processing, presentation, and
right. All right, so select appropriate editing features in the preparation of documents. Allow students to complete a sample questionnaire relating to objectives. All right. Practical exercises, that's a formative assessment.
yes,
What kind of exercises?
Excuse me?
What kind of practical exercises are you talking about?
Well, as the objective states, it says to select appropriate editing features. And in looking at the content, it has to do with, just now, let me just look at that syllabus. Deleting and inserting characters, words, lines, sentences, paragraphs, etc. So I would bring the children in a lab and, ask them to type a sentence, then to delete.
All right, you're describing, Roslyn, you're describing teaching to me. Remember, this course is focused on assessment, not teaching, right? So how will you assess? After you take them in the lab and you ask them to type things and all that, how will you do the formative assessment? Like for me, one thought that came to mind is you could do a crossword puzzles with keywords, right?
Okay.
You could do, what else could you have done? For the formative assessment, you could perhaps do a discussion about the role of all of the tools, right? And then you use that to determine if they've learned about guillotine and all those other things.
I missed quite a bit of things that you said. Your voice went a while ago.
I'm saying to you that, let us say for the first, go back to your grid, your template.
I'm not hearing.
Go back to your template. Share the other screen. Right.
Yes.
Select appropriate editing facilities in the preparation of documents. That's a specific objective, right?
Yes.
So you want at the end of the lesson for them to be able to select appropriate editing features in the preparation of a document, right? So the
yeah.
assessment maybe could be like you may want to give them, as I said, I could use a puzzle, and on the puzzle
That's for diagnostic. For diagnostic.
for not diagnostic. Yeah, you could do for diagnostic. Yes, we're at diagnostic.
Okay. That's like a puzzle.
Right. So what would they need to know? What vocabulary would you need them to know or understand before they do this? Before they do this lesson?
I guess the terms in the content.
Right. So the terms that they would encounter when they are doing editing, right? So when they're editing, they need to know what?
Excuse me?
When they're editing, what terms would they need to be familiar with?
Deleting.
What?
I said deleting.
Oh,
like the terms in the content. Like I said, the terms that are listed in the content on the syllabus.
They're listed in the content from the syllabus.
Yes.
But you are the owner, the holder of the syllabus. You are not the learner. The learner needs to know something before they know all those terms. What is that something?
Oh, I guess computer. I'm not sure. I guess other terms that has to do with the computer.
Is it terms though? Wouldn't they need to know, like, in order to edit, before you can edit, wouldn't you need to know how to?
Oh.
Okay. How to what? Go ahead. Before I develop editing skills, what would I need?
Before you develop editing skills, I'm not sure what you want to hear.
Does anyone else wants to help? Before your students develop editing skills, in order for them to be able to edit a document, what would they need to be able to do?
They should be able to prepare the document, type up the document.
Right, they should be able to type, right? They should be able to, yes, they should be able to format their document, right?
Yes.
Before they begin to edit, right? They also may need to know how to use the track the changes in a document, right?
All right.
Right. So you could decide on some kind of
document.
Diagnostic, huh?
How to navigate the document.
Right, how to get around documents. So you come up with a diagnostic task that would assess just that. Do they know how to type?
But okay, Miss. My question is, should I stray like from the content, because if the syllabus has objectives and content, I guess that's a guide as to how far or near I should.
No, it's not, Roslyn. As you said, it's a guide. That's what it is. But teaching, what the syllabus is suggesting, it's the content that they're suggesting. They're not suggesting methodology. But you know, as a trained teacher, that for things don't just appear. There are things that you have to do before you learn how to edit, right? And what are those things? And how are you going to now find out if they already know these things, right? So you have to come up with a diagnostic test that maybe it could be a speed test to see if they can type, right? You may put them in there are many word games online that you can use to test typing. Maybe Beacon teaches typing, and you may want to use that to see how quickly they can type. Because you have determined that for these students to be able to get to the point where they can prepare a document and edit it, they have to first know how to type. Right?
Okay. Okay, I'm listening.
I hear that not accepting but listening. I hear it.
Yes. No. I accept. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I'm learning. I'm listening. Because, like I told you, I'm not an IT teacher.
I know.
Right. So I am, as you a while.
I did too.
Uh-oh. Technology, sometimes there are difficulties.
Yes. Okay, so are you understanding that, class?
Yes, miss. I'm understanding.
All right.
I'm getting it.
Right. And similarly, the diagnostic test would be what you do before you actually deliver. I remember this is me nitpicking, because your diagnostic test could take care of 6 or 7 specific objectives. You know that, right?
Yes.
But I am nitpicking now because I want you to understand the concept of diagnostic assessment, formative assessment, and summative assessment. And they each must be distinct. And it can be the same, do you know it can be the same task for all 3? You can have the same. Yes, it can be the same as well. You have to determine. Yeah, it depends on the model that you're using. If you're using a pre-test, post-test model, it would be the same. For the diagnostic test would be the same as the summative test. Do you understand why that would be the case?
Yes.
All right, don't just say yes. Explain why that would be.
Okay. Yes means I'm listening and I'm trying my best to follow you.
And you're tired. Okay. All right. So the other students, can I hear from you before you go? I like to get a check-in as to where you are, if you understand what you learned from the class and so on. Can I get a quick summary going, please?
Can I show you mine?
Okay.
Roslyn, can you stop sharing?
Yes, miss. Yes.
Go ahead. Ophelia. Is it Ophelia or Dana?
Yes, Ophelia.
Brilliant. Go ahead.
You seen it?
Start. You have to click the next start screen sharing. You didn't do that yet. Yes, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing here, it's nice and big. So go up, just one that I can look at the top. Distinguish between data and information. What is data? Diagnostic test. So these are questions that you would ask. In what format though?
In a discussion.
So they put discussion questions above it. You understand? So we know we're talking discussion.
Okay.
But you're going to do a discussion for diagnostic and a discussion for formative as well?
I don't know. I thought you could have done it for both. No?
You can. I'm just asking. It's up to you.
Okay. For some of my...
But you're not identifying the strategies. You're just writing questions here. You must say, how do you process information? How are you going to find out? How are you going to find out about that?
I have one strategy. It says students will make a poster and draw.
All right, great.
Or sketch all the typographical and transposition errors they can think of. That's the only one I have.
I'm not concerned about that, Ophelia. I'm not concerned about that right now. Okay? But I see your understanding. What the weakness in your presentation is that you are not identifying strategies. You just asking questions. It's a good start.
Okay.
You need to carry it to the next level where you are identifying assessment strategies. Remember, that's what we're after. We want to know how you're going to do the diagnostic assessment, the formative assessment, and the summative assessment based on these specific objectives. Okay.
So what's about the formative assessment?
The formative, you said discussion, that's fine, that's very clear. Observation, that's clear. It is only where you have the diagnostic that you have not identified what method you're going to use. How do you process information? You could ask them to do, to actually, you could come up with a task that they do that demonstrates this, right? You have to state,
Okay.
all right?
Okay. So what about the last one?
The last one,
The summative.
the summative, you have monthly tests. It's clear that you're going to be doing a monthly test for your students. That's fine. Yeah, yeah.
And, and at the end of all,
state what kind of test it is, but later on you can fix that because.
Okay, and at the end of all the objectives, I put a term, end of term test.
End of term test, right? So you're gonna flesh this out some more, learn more about what the course is. Next week certainly you'll be able to add to this, right? So this is the beginning. It's a working document, and
I can hardly hear you.
It is the beginning of a process that I'm taking.
I can hardly hear you.
Wow.
Okay.
So on the long for this one. This one.
All right. So you can't hear.
No.
Which one?
Are the other students
Can
hearing?
you hear me?
I am not understanding anything.
I'm hearing.
Okay, it's just you, Ophelia. Okay, great. All right, Ophelia, I'm gonna ask you to, if you can hear at all, maybe you could text to her. Please replay the recording so that you can get what I'm saying. I'm gonna speak, and then I'm gonna rely on you going back to the recording. So as I'm saying to you is that next week you will, well, as we move the course along and do more practicals like this, you'll be able to refine what you did today. So don't worry, this is a good attempt. All right, Courtney, you wanted to share? Ophelia, please unshare your screen so Courtney can share.
Let me see which one of these things is this. Not too sure which one is which one. Let me check this one.
All right, good. Cool.
Okay. It looks like it.
The last time you did a full screen thing and it got infinitely better. Last time somebody else had that, you made it. Well, although on that it looks fine, but on that not so much. So
yeah, because it's not fine.
Well, it's not looking good on mine. But let me work from this screen then. So explain the purpose of a spreadsheet. That was that specific objective. Ask if students are, so you're gonna have a discussion session. You're gonna ask students, this is teaching and writing down and not assessment. You may want to say you're gonna have them using pen and paper, draw a table, right? So that's assessment.
Okay, I said that in the form.
All right.
But because you said diagnostic is
diagnostic, yeah, an activity with it.
Finding out. So I was basically asking a question in it to find out whether or not you're.
Oh, so you're gonna use verbal for your
right.
So verbal exam investigation.
So the concept was to find out since.
All right. So put on top of it questioning.
Oh.
All right. So you're gonna use questioning, and that's what you're gonna ask, right? Did you guys look through the materials that the links there? You didn't. I'm realizing that you didn't. But I know I'm gonna ask you to work on this somewhere and bring back a better document to next class. That's Tuesday. I left you some resources that you can use to refine this. So it suggests different ways of doing formative and summative assessment and diagnostic as well. So once you go through the document, I'm sure you'll be able to refine this and to be more specific. So like questioning would be the assessment technique, and then you decide what questions, you write the questions that you
Or say you have to state.
You have to state which assessment technique you're going to be using. All right. I think. Thank you. Let me just. It's late. I know you guys are home, but we have to go home as well. And I'm actually traveling to Bahamas in about 4 or 5 hours, so to teach. Yes, so I have to go now. Yeah, that's our life, right? So I will be in the Bahamas teaching by midday tomorrow. So I have to go.
Tonight?
Yeah, flying. I'm going to the airport shortly. So.
Please take care of yourself.
Yes, I will.
Bring everything nice to me from the Bahamas.
I want some. I just want you back. You're a good teacher.
I will be back. Okay, so I'll see you guys. Can you work on this for over the weekend? And I'll see you on Tuesday. We'll go back. We'll start out with this activity. And
so
then,
does that mean it's not due for the 20? What day was it? So that means the due date has now changed.
No. The link is going to be there. No, it has not changed. You're going to upload what you did, what you presented today. But I'm saying to you that this is a document that you're going to work on for a little while. And I think the due date for this assignment, your assignment actually, I don't know if you.
23rd.
Yes, it is due on the 23rd actually.
The dimensions of learning is where we upload what we've done.
No, the link is not. I didn't open it yet.
So we still have to update.
This is classwork.
Oh.
This was just, remember I said, normally I don't do this. You'll be on your own doing your assignment. But because of the shortened program, I have to kind of find other ways of getting you to move a little faster. This is actually due on the 23rd. All right? This is next week. What?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Right.
So what you're doing, you're going to upload what you did in class. I'm going to give you feedback for those who I didn't give feedback already. And even those who I give feedback, I'm going to give you some feedback. And then you complete it. And you upload it for assessment.
Okay.
Right? The final piece for assessment.
But the space to upload it now.
It's not there yet because it's due on Tuesday.
No.
It's due on Tuesday.
No, because you keep
saying for the classwork.
Yes.
The classwork space is not open yet. I'm going to open it before I leave here. All right, so you can see.
Because I want to keep typing.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to because it's.
All right, so let me just open that now. I'm trying to close this thing. Stanik, I need you in here now. You won't close so I can get to this one. All right, so now. It's still, where is it now? It's somewhere down here. I'm looking for it.
No, I was just wondering why it would be on.
No, because remember this course I delivered to the regular semester, and it's the same approach for most of it. Let me
just refuse to get that.
She's using technology. She's a part of the class, but she's just not sitting in the room.
I know, but I need her energy in here. I think it's the test.
Okay, just keep watching the screen and it will go up. As I tell you, I'm kind of rushed because I wanna go get even 2 hours sleep. Before I head out, right? So,
Yeah,
all right. That's it.
Oh, I'm sorry, you meant the regular week. Let's say this week. No, let's say this week. I just mean this school week. I plan to go over and do my exams. Straight up vacation.
You're not reaching over until 11. Where you going?
Church is going on youth week.
Again.
Yes, it is. It's actually.
Today's the 18th?
Yes. All day. No, this is Jackie didn't want us to upload our songs that we did.
That was the dimensions of learning. The space is there.
I know. I just nobody submitted anything yet.
So what you can do is
Sure,
please upload it when you get it. All right, so it's now there. I think yes. All right, so you can just upload what you have. I'll give you some feedback on it, and then you continue working on it, and the assignment is due. Let me see if I can find the reflective practice assignment. That's what it is.
I don't see that.
So that's an activity 1, 20%, aligning specific objectives and with assessment, due on June 23rd. In your own words, explain how you will apply the information explored in the reading, and the reading is there. So after you've done the alignment, you're going to explain how you would apply the information. Choose one unit, which you already did. I did it for you. And the final bit that you have to do is create a concept map to graphically illustrate how each assessment task will serve to evaluate the achievement of each specific objective. So you're going to do 2 things. You're using the table that I gave you, but you also have to do some kind of diagrammatical representation of how they will work. Okay? And that's due on the 23rd. And you're well on your way to achieving that. All right? So I'll see you next week. Be safe, everyone.
Be safe.
Dana?
You too. Be safe.
Safe flights.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.